Hey, Michelle, what is happening today? It's a big day for me.
It's a big day. Happy birthday, Lindsay.
Thank
Well, we
you.
are so happy to celebrate your birthday with you today.
Yeah, we are here on this bonus episode today, guys, on YouTube to talk about birthday vocabulary. In this episode, you're going to get the birthday vocabulary you need to attend a party of a good friend and really connect with people at that party. Right, Michelle?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, so enjoy the episode and happy birthday, Lindsay.
Thanks. Hello, Michelle. How's it going today? Today's episode is on YouTube and on the podcast. So excited to be seeing you on video.
You too, Lindsay. Is today a special day for you?
Oh my gosh, it is a special day. Today is my birthday, August 3rd. Yeah, so crazy, so crazy. I know. Um,
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I will be in Nashville, so I'm excited to spend some time in Nashville, Tennessee, listening to some music, eating food, good food, and just enjoy taking the day off is what I'll be doing, Michelle.
Yes, that's what you should be doing. That's great. Well, I hope you
Yeah.
have a fun day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, Michelle, today we are here to make an important announcement to our audience, to our listeners, to remind them about how important vocabulary is and the place they can go to really get a nice comprehensive list of the vocab that they want to learn. And where is that, Michelle, that they can go?
Well, go to allearsenglish.com/app, APP.
Yeah, exactly, guys. This week, we want to remind you to go and use the All Ears English app. It's now on Android and iOS. So, no excuses. You can go and get it, do your 7-day free trial. And, Michelle, what can they do when they are members of the app with vocabulary?
Oh, well, one of the great things that you can do is, I mean, if you're like me, you you might be a little disorganized when you're
Yeah,
taking notes.
right.
And like, you might hear a vocabulary word and you'll write it down. Or another thing that when I'm learning a language, I get a little bit too excited and I want to like look up every single word or like learn like 100 different vocabulary words. And guys,
Sure.
that's not really the best use of your time. You want to learn the most important words that are really going to be useful in your everyday life. And you want to
Yes.
have them in one place. So this is really, you kind of, maybe it's not 100 words and it shouldn't be because you want to really, really learn them well. So what we do is we go through, choose the most important words that are going to be useful for you. And there you can have them all in one place. So you can have your personalized power vocabulary list. So it's all one nice, neat list, and
Yep.
you can get all the words that you need.
You got it, Michelle. So, guys, go over and get it, allearsenglish.com/app. Now, Michelle, we are on today not just to talk about the app, but to talk about birthdays and vocabulary for birthdays. We haven't really had too many episodes about birthdays, although you and I have had a lot of birthdays while co-hosting this show.
That's right. That's true. We have had a lot of birthdays. Yeah. Well, I thought we'll give you guys some vocab, some good phrases to use with birthdays. But I wanted to talk a little bit for fun, about the experience of birthdays in the US. So,
Yeah.
Lindsay, do you like when you or let me say this, when you were a kid or even now, did you ever get surprised at a restaurant and all the waiters and waitresses come over and sing to you?
Yeah, that happens a lot in the US. It's a very common thing that though I will say that most of the time as a conscious adult, right, as an aware adult, like maybe as a kid I was surprised because I didn't know that that's what happens at a restaurant. But when I go out, I would think, oh, they might sing, they might all come over with a cake because it's my birthday. I put two and two together.
Right.
So being surprised about that, not so much. Maybe there's been times when I've told my friends I don't want that and they do it anyways. Yes, that's happened. I'm sure it's happened to you too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Do you like when it happens, or did it change like from when you were a kid to now? Like maybe you used to like it and now you don't.
I don't mind it. It's nice. I mean, if you think about it, it's one day a year. You only get so many in your life. So I figure sometimes it's a little embarrassing, but I figure why not? Why not?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And guys, usually then everybody in the restaurant claps. This may be like popular in other parts of the world. I think I've even been around for hearing other birthdays. So I don't think it's just the US, but let us know if that's popular. So and then another thing with the birthday song, and this also is kind of interesting. Sometimes at the end of the birthday song they sing, and I'm going to sing it. How old are you now? How old are you now? And it's funny because we talk about age in the US as being like not a thing that you talk about, but for some reason it's always in the birthday song.
Right. And that's like an extension of that song, right?
Yeah.
Kind of an extension, not typically in there. Yeah, age. Guys, we've talked about this topic a little bit on the All Ears English podcast. Age is kind of a taboo topic. At a certain point, people kind of stop wanting to talk about their age. And I get it.
Yeah.
But age is wisdom.
Somehow in the song, it's a fun part of a song. It's not always, but sometimes it is. And then just some other birthday things. Lindsay, like, do you make a wish when you blow out a candle on your birthday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I still do that. Do you not do that anymore? Have you stopped doing it?
No, I do it.
Okay,
I do it, but I always get like really like intense about it. And like, I don't make like a lighthearted wish. It's usually like a really intense wish. And then it's like, it takes me a little while.
I know. I'm the same way. Like, I think about it and it depends on my mood that year, but yeah, usually it's kind of deep and profound. So that's kind of interesting. So I wonder if that's also a tradition in our listeners' cultures to do that, to blow out the candles and make a wish. I'm guessing it is, but I'm not sure. I have a feeling that's a global tradition.
Yeah. And what about this one? Did you, when you were little, I remember at birthday parties, it always was a tradition like that you don't have a bite of the cake until the birthday a boy or girl, or they take a bite of their cake. Like they always have to have the first slice.
No, that really wasn't. I mean, usually, no, I remember at some point as a kid, older kid, like a teenager, I would be cutting the cake myself. If it was my party, that kind of thing, and then serve everyone else actually. And then have my own. So, no, that wasn't really a tradition in my household so much. Yeah.
That's interesting.
No.
That's interesting. Okay, so and then final question. Birthday call or birthday text?
Now, this is nuanced and really interesting. This is about connection. So I think it depends on the depth of relationship with the person, right? And we could also put it in another category, a Facebook page note, right? Yep, the lowest tier is, of course, writing on someone's Facebook page. And that is when this person is maybe just an acquaintance. Maybe you just happen to see that because you're in Facebook. We don't spend too much time anymore in Facebook, Liz. I don't, but sometimes I'm in there. I see it. I'll mention it. Or if it's harder to contact the person, they live abroad or something. Second tier is a text where, like I have a friend who just had a birthday and he's a friend and I thought I would call him. But when the day came around, I was like, I think I'm just going to have a little text conversation. And that's going to be good enough. I just didn't quite feel the need to get on the phone.
Yeah.
So, but if it's a best friend, obviously a family member, a partner, of course, you're on the phone, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, sometimes it's also just difficult because, a lot of times people are just like really busy on their birthday and like, they might have fun plans or either maybe even if it's during the work week, maybe, they're at work during the day, but at night, maybe they're going out to dinner. So sometimes I feel like I don't want to even be like a burden, it's nice to call and I will for the people I'm really close to, but sometimes you're like, I don't want to get in the way of your plans.
That's a good point too. That's a good point, and then you want to be like, when can I call you? And then they have to make a special time.
And then it's like 2 weeks later, like,
it's a mess. So sometimes it's nice, like just shoot them a message in the morning to make sure that they know, and then call them, follow up in a couple days. Hey, I know you're busy today. You're out with your family, whatever. I'll send you a call. Oh my God. I just realized I have a good friend that has a birthday, I think today or tomorrow. I'm really glad we're having this conversation today, Michelle. Remember,
call or text? What do you think?
I'm going to call her because she's a close friend. And oh my gosh, I'm so glad we had this episode.
I'm glad too. So guys, we also, before we go, we do want to teach you some good birthday expressions. So Lindsay, what's one thing you can say to someone instead of happy birthday? What's another way you can say it?
Well, you guys have heard this on the show for also a greeting at the end of a conversation, right? You could just say something like, have a great one. Right? Yeah. Hey, it's your birthday. Have a great one. And when we say one, all our listeners know this because they hear this all the time by us. But one, what do we mean, Michelle, when we say one? What's
birthday.
Okay.
Right. So you might want to say like, happy birthday, have a great one. So you might want to include it with the happy birthday instead of a random, like,
it's kind of random if you say it by itself. Yeah.
You got to acknowledge it in some way, but that's kind of a fun add-on. And then always a conversation starter. I always say, do you have any special plans? Right.
I like to say that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Find out what they're doing. What are you up to today? How are you celebrating? Things like that, guys. These are great chunks. And then a last one is make a wish. Now, how would you say this, Michelle? Would would you say this in a text message, or would you say this when someone is blowing the candles?
This is for that very specific circumstance when they are getting ready to blow out the candles. Well, who knows how much candle blowing there will be nowadays, but
right.
Oh, you usually say, like, if you're lighting the candles after you sing happy birthday, that time while the person has just, received the cake and the candles are still burning, and like you might say, like, make a wish,
Yes. Yeah, a really common chunk. There's no other way to say that, guys. There are some chunks in English that there really are no other ways to say something, and this is one of the ones you have to have down. So write that down, and if you were listening to the app, if this were a regular episode, you'd be able to highlight that phrase and save it to your personal power list, right, Michelle? So good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yes.
Well, Lindsay, I hope you have a great one. And guys, remember, get that All Ears English app. It's there for you. It's going to improve the way you listen to this podcast.
Absolutely. Sorry, Michelle, go ahead.
No, it's going to improve. It's going to give you that vocab you need. You have the transcripts on there. So much that you can get through this app.
So good.
So go to allearsenglish.com/app to get it.
All right. Sounds good, Michelle. I'll see you soon. Have a good one.
You too. Have a good one. Birthday. Bye.
Thank you. All right. Bye.